had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air. I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Into the Night with your host, Sean Kelly. Obviously, I'm not Sean Kelly. He's running a little bit behind at the moment, so he asked me to step in and get things rolling. He's got a pretty cool subject. Sounds like Halloween for Thanksgiving, dark side of Thanksgiving. All that I could come up with is probably many of the dark and heinous things that occurred between the Europeans and the Native Americans from the last 400 years after we discovered the area. And well, I don't want to foreclose anything, so that's where I think we're going. But a fantastic idea. We can keep in the Halloween theme going for at least another 30 days. I like the idea, but we are this year. This day 9 years ago was Thanksgiving. I remember it well. I won't tell you why. But coming up, we got a couple more days, and it's actually coming. The tradition that was always at my house was, and they've been asking this all over the news, and don't ask me why, but the question is, what time do you eat? We ate all day long. I mean, we got up probably around 8 or 9 in the morning, all of us, my brother and sister and my parents, the 5 of us, and breakfast, bam. And then we maybe go outside and play if it was nice, goof around in the house if it wasn't, wait for cousins to come by. 2 or 3 hours go after that, and then you got charcuteries. We'd have celery with cream cheese, deviled eggs, string cheese, all kinds of little finger foods you could think of that my mom could make in minutes. And that went all the way up until 4 or 5 when the turkey came out of the oven. And then we ate like pigs really quickly because we all wanted to go back into the TV room and watch the Redskins, which was our team, playing the Cowboys, which was not our team. But that was the tradition. They always played together, and they stopped doing it in the last several years. But it was always Thanksgiving game was Redskins and Dallas Cowboys. And it switched on whose home field it was at. But that was the tradition. We ate starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. We didn't stop eating till 7 or 8 at night. Most of us kids were running around all day long and were passed out by 8 o'clock in the evening anyway. My uncle, rest his soul, would always fall asleep in the same chair with the same expression on his face as soon as he turned on the TV and said, "Oh, look, football." It's like a sleeping pill for him. So those are the traditions that we always got into. Most of the people were answering that they start at 1 or 2. Who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and starts cooking a frozen turkey? It's a bit early for me. Way too early. But that's what the consensus is. I guess the nuclear family has gone completely bye-bye, and it's everyone on there fights for their own. Other than that, I can't think of any other strange things about Thanksgiving. I've always enjoyed the meal. My brother and I, we're Irish. We're notorious potato lovers. We're also partly Irish, Italian, so we love pasta as well. But traditionally, when we would go to other relatives' homes, if they made mashed potatoes or scalloped potatoes or any kind of casserole with potatoes in it, the dish didn't survive my brother and I, even if we went first. So our relatives used to get mad at us because they had to make double the amount of potatoes. Otherwise, my brother and I would consume the entire dish. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there are 2 rooms, Sally. Bop out of this one and go to the one with Sean. I'm going to bop out, and because I think that's what happened. Is I couldn't find his show in the queue, so he must have made one while I was making this. So I'm going to close this one and just bop out real quick, and we'll be if this is the show, we'll be here. But I would say go to the one that Sean's in, and I'm going to pop over there real quick, and then I'll come back and close this if that's the case. So give me 1 second here real quick, people, and we'll find out what's going on. So, hey, Sally, if you're still here, yeah, the other show did show up, and Sean's running it now. I'm going to close this one. Anyone else who's in this this Q and any of the other networks, go ahead and pop over to Sean's actual show. I don't know. Mercury Retrograde must have been with us. I couldn't find it earlier, so I had to make this. So I'm going to pop over there for a minute and say hey to him, and then close out, and I'll talk to you guys over there. Bye-bye.